It's been more than 2 months since the son of a former investigator for the district attorney's office shot and killed Ahmaud Arbery.
There are new developments in the death of George Floyd, the unarmed black man in Minneapolis who died in police custody.
Loved ones of Breonna Taylor grieving and outraged. The 26-year-old Louisville first responder shot 8 times and killed by police.
Please stand as we recite the Pledge of Our Grievance. I pledge allegiance to my MAG in these divided states of America, and to the minorities that it can't stand, like Haitians, undocumented, make them invisible with nicotine and bullets for all. I can't breathe. A simple plea. Only evil would deny that request. Well, I guess Satan's best were dispatched on the night we laid George Floyd to rest. 4 cops, squeezing the air out of his chest, like The Rock, wheezing to finish his set. But a spot man is an op man, and like a cop, dropping weight on you was the whole plan. Now I understand that this may make some of you uncomfortable, but unfortunately your comfort is a casualty due to the fact that my cousins are cornered casually, searched savagely, and ended drastically. I mean, to avoid the catastrophe, I've even had to jump off a few balconies. While you attend schools with fully funded faculties, that ish baffles me. I mean, it's like a few hundred years ago, his grandpa would have raffled me, but he would have to grapple me with shackled feet because I ain't going that easy. At least that's what I tell myself. I pray the next one fights with the spirit of Trayvon plus 6 arms, and if he dies on the web, let his wife wrap him in silk. Another black widow, destroyed, staring out a back window. Not even a kiss would help. Her world is spinning upside down like she never lived a sober life. She turns to the Gospels as a hospital, but even 1 Peter can't park her pain. It's in overdrive. It's like y'all don't understand the abuses of these brown recluses. Daddy used to have long legs, now Daddy feels useless. See, to you, their excuses like, why did he do it? Or, did you see his rap sheet? Did you view it? You sound foolish. Judging the weight of a soul by a social media footprint in the court of public nonsense without the proper context that he came up with killers whose presence was like a bomb threat. So don't tell me to be calm yet, because these youngins ready to palm text like a non-vet or a pissed ref on the other side of a Ron Artest threat. So until I look up and see my father's palm stretch, I won't let my arm rest. So what's next? Unfounded claims of violence and resisting arrest? Always an easy story to sell to the press that soothes the guilt of the affluent when they think of those whose fortunes are less than the desirable, the unhireable, the non-reliable, the killed, they're easily justifiable. Well, we're tired of dying for you. It's time to start living for us. Realize the world is indebted to us, stripping us of our culture, trying to see what's embedded in us, and what they found is the nature of God threaded in us, and until they completely shredded of us, they will never let up. Well, that's cool, because I don't plan to ever stand down, lay down, or give up. Not concerned with Russian bots or internet trolls doing keyboard sit-ups, because at the end of the day, if we ever came eye to eye, I'd see why they let the Jeffersons down, because they never live up. And as far as our leaders go, it's safe to say I'm sick and fed up. Just pawns in this game, I peeped the whole setup. Awards for misleading adolescents just to get your bread up. At this point, I place my fate with Channing Tate, at least occasionally he step up. No disrespect to Martin King, Don King, or Sean King, or anybody working for our people going unseen. But the things I stream on my screen are obscene. And I've counted at least 10 funeral scenes since last spring. So it would at least seem that 3 kings can't do a damn thing. Whoa, 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 slow down. They're just 3 men. You're gonna hear a lot of bars, but it's just 2 pens. This country got a lot of flaws, but it's just 1 sin. That's managed to weave through the fabric of the American flag and believes in the manifest of destiny's past and concedes to the notions of a superior tag and receives the authority of an officer's badge and perceives me as a threat because I'm rocking a rag and relieves me of my duty of becoming a dad. It's wrong and it's sad. Last month I had to talk with my dad. The topic, how to stay alive, yo. Because as far as I know, we only see revivals in church tents and Bibles. So tips for survival: be smart, ride slow, stay calm if lights glow, don't talk back to Popo, hide all anger that might show. Because this is their show, and they readily inform us. And any annoyance will get you clapped for your performance. So that aforementioned anger I warned of, just keep it dormant. At first you might scorn it, but soon you'll learn to adorn it and live with the torment. But in the meantime, our streets burn and the cities riot. And I'm all for marching the MLK way, but this daily diet of racism and violence I've consumed will send me to an early tomb. And I have a growing appetite to join the fight because I've been about that life since I've been sliced out the womb, but my plight is I'm really not the type. And please don't get it twisted. I'm not saying peaceful protesters are a legion of vegans because my forefathers are still bleeding for simply attending meetings where seething demons were seated. So believe me, we need it, but these heathens got me heated, and where I hail from, when the dinner bells rung, we like our beef well done. So until we get back to where we fell from, or the world accepts that God's chosen people are a heap full of minorities and immigrants with a pigment somewhere between medium and well done, I'll write till this inkwell runs until I hear my Father say, well done, my good and faithful servant. Take a rest. You earned it.
We stand behind these bars that we putting in your ear. Chris said there's 2 pens, but this penitentiary's filled with black men standing behind bars everywhere. Say that again. Chris said there's 2 pens, but you see, I write with a pencil. That way I can erase anything that shouldn't have been stenciled. Racist people can't handle what my pencil gets into. Their life ain't even half as eventful. So if you can't understand what I'm saying, pretend to. Find you a friend that understands what I'm about to let go from my mental. When I was a kid, me and the fam would play the dozens. You know, your mama jokes between me and my cousins. We'd in the night laughing and hugging because it was nothing. But I didn't know why it was called that. When we were slaves, if we were an unappealing option at the auction, they would sell us by the dozens. Your boy learned that, then I started bugging. Slave owners would make fun of my ancestors' appearance. Children would cry and scream while being separated from their parents. Thank God the hate they have for us isn't something we chose to inherit. We made it into a game. Maybe it's because we're resilient. Strong as steel. Brillo pad my black skin and you'll see that we're brilliant. I'm glad to be brilliant, but I want to play the dozens with my cousins. But I can't. Them boys in blue done took so many of them from us. What will it take for y'all to see us as equal? Hell, what would it take for y'all to see us as people? We swallowed our pride after being force-fed disrespect. We've been counted as less than, treated with neglect, punished and killed by those chosen to protect. They walk around free without a feeling of regret. We ain't looking for revenge, we just asking for respect. But we're counted as less than in almost every arena. You can't hide it. And Justice's Instagram page isn't set to private. She's posting all sorts of revealing nudes. And every day her page gets 1 million views. Racial division? We feel it across the nation. We so pissed off that we begging for constipation. Cause this crap gotta stop. I'm tired of the violence. Sick of the only rights I get coming from fist or the right to remain silent. Via death. And those are my only options. And ironically, the ladder comes with getting lowered into a coffin for something as simple as coughing. It's 2020, we already dealing with quarantine. Now I'm worrying about the cops cornering teens. Saying I can't breathe is now clearly a threat. If you black and you selling cigs, that's punishable by death. How do we think they check a black man for using a fake 20 to pay a debt? Allegedly. He was in cuffs displaying submission. But that don't matter when you black. Eliminating us is the mission. They've misused so many magazines, I'm surprised they can fulfill a subscription. I'm surprised they ain't shot at tires for fitting the description. Black, brown, chocolate, ebony, they hate us because our melanin. They see us and immediately think that we're something that they're better than. They don't care who you are, you could be a veteran. When you drove past and he saw you, his business is what you meddled in. You could be an Olympian, they don't care what sport you meddled in. You could be fresh out of jail or maybe never been. His job is to fire you from living and this bullet is your severance because they've hated you ever since. If you're looking at the stats, we dealing with improbable odds. We already found guilty. My skin is the probable cause. Sometimes I think about things like this. What if police officers were somebody I could trust? What if Oscar Grant took a cab or a bus? What if when I saw cops, I didn't immediately think enemy? What if Ahmaud Arbery was just jogging his memory? What if when we saw cops, we ain't have to worry about surviving? What if Sandra Bland never got stopped while she was driving? What if cops didn't shoot and kill minors? What would the verdict have been if Botham Jones killed Amber Geiger? What if the cops didn't take a trigger and pull it? What if Tamir Rice got a big kid's meal instead of a bullet? These are our people that you're murdering. Dylan Roof killed 8 of us and y'all took him to Burger King. As a black man, who can I call for assistance? When if I call the cops, my life can be gone in an instant. Kaepernick used the need to take a stand. Cops use the need to take a man from his fam. There's a difference. What is it? We see you and we hesitate. It's funny how harsh theirs can escalate. They target us and they know it. We get pulled over and they get asked if we know how black we were going. Truly, is it really my skin? White women make false reports knowing it could happen again. It's almost like killing unarmed black women and men is a trend. If we were skinless, would we be more acceptable then? I love my skin, but sometimes I wonder if it's really my friend. I hate this. I'm sick of this evil. Every day I hear about y'all killing my people. And then you turn around and blame us. Swear our parents don't raise us. Y'all just mad our gold chains don't restrain us. And y'all mad your limitations can't contain us. Y'all want to divide us, leaving no remainders, but we remain us. We free. And in fact, you can't ignore it. Spoken word is my avenue, because you can't stop me from standing on it. I really hope you focus and pay attention, just like my man recording. I wanted racists to see the light. We should have recorded in the morning. And look, don't arrest us for paraphernalia. We just being blunt. And we got each other's backs because we a unified front. And we standing against systemic oppression, racism, and the government that's running it. Y'all done had your turn. We done with it. You've abused your powers, murdered our daughters and sons with it. It's hard to digest. We can no longer stomach it. You've had your fun with it. Y'all was slow to change, now we rushing it. Y'all say that y'all tired of riots and looting? Well, I promise you, we tired of always crying from shootings.